Hello everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Growing Palmetto. I'm your host, Jada Walker. We're here at the Research and Education Complex of South Carolina State 1890, where our mission is driving agriculture, innovating, educating communities, and elevating the quality of life of South Carolinians every day. Let's get growing. Today's show demonstrates how 1890 Extension and research programs are empowering the state through public service, giving residents of South Carolina the resources, opportunities, and experiences that can plant seeds for success that lasts a lifetime. We're getting straight to business today with a mid-year check-in with Diamond Boatwright, Community Economic Development Agent for our Extension PD region. That covers Marlboro, Dillon, Florence, Chesterfield, Darlington, Horry, and Marion counties, as she shares how the CED program prepares small business owners to be successful. Then we'll hear directly from a small business owner how our CED program is helping impact a local business. Next, we'll grow together with a hands-on demonstration on how to build a compost bin and the importance of sustainability in our communities. Next, we'll move into the segment Rooted in the Future, spotlighting the students leading South Carolina State 1890 into the next chapter. We'll meet twin sisters who are incoming 1890 Ag Innovation Scholars, along with a behind-the-scenes look at researchers through the eyes of a student vlogger. Then we'll shift from the lab to the campgrounds, where first-time 4-H summer residents counselors are making new friends and lasting memories. And finally, we're heading to St. Matthew's community as family nutrition and health programs share ways to enjoy summertime dining, all while staying healthy. Let's get growing. Welcome back. Did you know that small businesses account for more than 99% of businesses in South Carolina? Their success contributes to creating jobs, innovation, and economic growth across the Palmetto State. Today, we're joined with Diamond Boatwright, Community Economic Development Agent for the PD region. So for our viewers who may not know what community economic development is, can you just explain it to them and how you as a PD agent just represents the PD and how your success contributes to small businesses across the PD?
Yeah, sure. So the economic development agent is responsible for supporting the small businesses. As you stated early on, it is a big portion of our economic development area of South Carolina. So our job is to provide technical support assistance to small businesses, assisting them with getting started with all of their startup needs.
So a lot of development, a lot of community input, a lot of just helping our community and elevating them in their business.
Yes.
So can you just talk about your day-to-day life of a community economic development
agent?
agent?
My gosh, my day-to-day life is so different. So this week, my day-to-day life was focused on Explorers Camp and sharing with young children about entrepreneurship, budgeting, and all of these great things that come along with understanding their finances. But outside of that, majority of my year is focused on outreach to the community, doing a lot of training and education. And so we are focused on making sure businesses understand not just what they offer to the community, but they also have an understanding of how their business operates and how their business or what their business needs to thrive to ensure their longevity and success.
So there's a business owner that's watching this right now. What advice would you give to them so they can thrive in success according to you?
I would say take your time, stay committed to the process, do your due diligence in understanding the process, and making sure that you have your organizational processes so that when business becomes stressful, because it will, it's just a part of it, you have an operational process to help you navigate those stressful moments.
Can you just talk about throughout the year some of those trainings and supports that you provide small businesses with?
Yes, so we just finished up our 5-week series of our business planning boot camp. And so within that 5 series, we cover things such as just business mindset. That's the number one thing. Just understand that there is a different mindset that goes into running and establishing a business. And we talked about marketing, sales projection, and just organizational management. And the big part of it was financials. So understanding their financials, understanding where they're starting, where they need to be, what their bottom line numbers are, just to make sure that they are aware of what they need to put into their business to make sure that they succeed, because those numbers are going to tell the story, and you need to understand the story of your business in order for you to properly run your business.
Diamond, you stole my thunder, and she actually already introduced the next segment. Let's see how one business owner in the PD region is thriving with the help of South Carolina State 1890.
So the 5 weeks consisted of participants traveling from Horry County through Bennettsville, Florence, Darlington, and Marion. So we would reach all counties of the PD. This workshop definitely included the tools of what they need to be successful in their business, not just on the profit side of things, but also on the back end of things.
So we innovated them by allowing them the opportunity to get the outline for the business plan. We educated them by helping them to understand the components of the business plan, and then we elevated them by helping them to complete their business plan and having a finished product.
I know the hard work that it takes and it goes into being a small business, but I also know how hard it is when you don't have all of the information readily available to you. So for me, this was heavily important because it gave them the opportunity to learn how to do business.
These 5 weeks has taught me discipline, the discipline that I didn't know that I needed. It has taught me to be patient with myself, to allow myself to understand the things that I didn't understand.
This workshop definitely included some marketing, some social media marketing, finances, which was a big component of the workshop.
The program challenged me to think strategically, strengthen my business plan, and prepare for long-term growth.
Being in business for yourself, it is hard work. You will work harder, but it's okay because you're doing it for yourself.
Surroundings Medical Solutions, a company dedicated to helping individuals experiencing medical hair loss due to chemotherapy, alopecia, lupus, and other health conditions. Thank you to the South Carolina State University 1890 for believing in my vision and investing in my future.
Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
But with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Listen to your lungs. Learn more at savebythescan.org.
Composting can reduce household waste by up to 30% while creating rich soil for plants and helping families and neighborhoods grow sustainable. From the ground up, let's see how to build a compost bin.
Hey, my name is Tillman Ankrum, here with 1890 Research and Extension. Today we're going to dive into a little bit of sustainability and green practices as I teach you all how to start a compost bin here at home. So composting is a process of taking organic materials like yard scraps and kitchen waste and breaking them down into a more usable material for your plants, your garden, and your lawns. Over the summer, there's a lot of things that you can add to your compost bin from your kitchen. You have things like corn husk, celery, eggshells, old banana peels, and even your moldy tomatoes that you may have left out for too long. When you're constructing your compost pile, there are a few things you want to avoid putting in there. Animal products like bone, oil, grease, things like that, they don't do well in compost piles and will cause a rancid odor to start emanating from the pile. In addition, even though cardboard is good, too much plastic or packing materials on it can definitely impact your compost pile by adding unwanted things like microplastics. Also keep in mind, even if it is a cardboard material, the glossy finish on a lot of cardboard substances is not good for your compost pile. You'll definitely want to get rid of that and take it off to make sure that it is good for your compost, and remove any other plastic fittings that you might see before you put it inside. Now that we know the do's and don'ts of the compost bin, let's actually put it together. Whether it be a tote like this one, or maybe even a 5-gallon bucket. Whatever you have is where you can start your compost. To start your compost, you want to make sure that you have enough brown material and green material, which are your kitchen scraps and yard waste. Before putting your brown materials in, such as leaves, cardboard, and things like that, make sure you soak them with a little bit of water. This makes sure that the compost does well. You'll want to layer the compost with a solid layer of brown, about 1 inch on the bottom, and just spread it out at the bottom of the pile. It also helps us reduce our landfill waste that we're all trying to do. Let's do our part in helping with our sustainable practices. I'm Tillman. This is how you build a compost bin. Now back to you, Jada.
Thank you, Tillman, for showing us how to turn everyday food items into something sustainable. This special segment is dedicated to watering the seeds of the next generation, highlighting our student scholars and young leaders who are growing through SC State 1890 and shaping a better tomorrow. Through Education, Innovation, and Support Program, led by State Program Leader Sydney Key, we're here for sisters who are third-generation Bulldog and 1890 Ag Scholars, as they share their excitement to be with us today. So we are here with Danielle and Gabrielle Cherry, two rising freshmen, and we're here just to see how they are excited to be 1890 scholars, their journeys to South Carolina State, and just all about the Cherry twins.
Well, we're content creators, basketball players. We've been to South Carolina State multiple times because our family members went to South Carolina State, our grandparents, our uncle, our mother. So kind of like a long, rich legacy of people who attended South Carolina State.
So let's talk about how you guys got involved in South Carolina State 1890 with our EIS program and Sydney Key.
Well, we first heard about this program through one of our family members had reached out to us and told us about it because we were already planning on attending South Carolina State, and they told us about the agribusiness program. So we applied and did the interview, and luckily we were chosen. And also our great grandfather, he was a farmer, so that kind of made our interest even more into agribusiness and led on through that legacy.
So I know you guys haven't fully gotten here yet and started, but do you have an idea of how you're going to put the cherry twist on women in ag or just agribusiness in general? What is you guys' plan so far?
Well, for me personally, I want to major in agribusiness so I can later become an agriculture engineer and create innovations and technologies to help out the agriculture field. And I want to major in agribusiness so I can help out marginalized communities and be able to better advocate for better food distribution, because everyone deserves to have healthy food and access to it, as well as healthy lives. So,
yes. Here at South Carolina State 1890, our mission is to innovate, educate, and elevate. So as you hear those words or hear our mission, how do you think 1890 will innovate you, educate you, and elevate you?
Specifically for elevating me personally, just the networking opportunities that being a part of the 1890 program will bring is going to be very beneficial for my future and career-wise, especially with the internships that we could possibly have. For sure, and I also think the 1890 program would elevate me as a Black woman, because I know there's not a lot of Black women that go into the agriculture field, and we're a minority, so just being that minority, I feel like this program will elevate us tremendously. To the 1890 program, I'm just so grateful to have a good support system around me, just to have God on my side, my family, and just being a part of a cohort that we know is going to embrace us and be able to challenge us and also improve us as well.
It was so great talking to them, and they tell me they're so excited to be moving in August. We'll be back after this break.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Hi, I'm Diamond Boatwright, Community Economic Development Agent for the PD region, and you're watching Growing Palmetto.
Every summer, SC State PSA provides SC State students with real-world professional experience through our 1890 Extension internship programs, where students have the opportunity to be camp counselors, interns, and student research, while supporting our research, extension, and youth development programs. This year, nearly 60 students are gaining hands-on experience while developing skills for their future. Now we're in the lab. It's time to take a microscopic look at a day in the life of an 1890 research intern through a student vlog.
Hi guys, my name is Zahara Isis Mosley. I am a student researcher working with 1890 Research and Extension, so come spend the day with me. This summer, I'll be working with Dr. Huber on hydroponic systems. A hydroponic system is when you grow plants using water-based instead of traditional soil. Right now, I'm just taking out the old plants, refilling it up with water so I can get ready to replant. These size hydroponic system takes about 2 gallons of water. Our goal is to see what vegetables will grow using this system. We planted baby cucumbers, cauliflower, pak choy, and varieties of different lettuces just to see if they will work. We went to the greenhouse to plant more. This is a bigger version of the hydroponic system. We chose to grow the lettuce and moringa in this one. Ending the day by looking at our beautiful work. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
From the lab to the lake, from the lab coat to the life vest, let's head to 1890 4-H residential camp. Here at SC State 1890 4-H camps, students aren't just learning in the classroom, they're learning here on the water, building skills and having fun while doing it. Let's hear from first-time campers on how their summer is going here at 1890.
It is my first year, but I think it's fun because I get to experience new things.
And youth attending the 4-H 5-day residential camp say they're not just gaining new skills for today, but also creating life skills for their future.
Yeah, it feels like I got a good start in the future. Been learning about business and how to start a business out of only $5, selling and giving it to a charity.
From business basics to communication skills, 4-H agent Kiaja Duncan says first-time campers are being pushed to step outside their comfort zone.
Do more things that you have never done before. Coming here is a different experience, but keep experiencing things that you've never done before and it'll take you further in life.
And for some students, that growth means rock climbing for the first time, being away from home, or simply going through a journey of self-discovery.
Trying to learn myself better. I know myself, but I want to know more things that I like and want, and versus what I don't want and don't like.
And first-time campers say the biggest takeaway is the overall camp experience itself and the people they've met along the way.
Thank you so much. This has been such a blessing. God bless you, and just been amazing what you do.
And through programs like this, SC State 1890 Extension is aiming to expand educational opportunities for youth, building leadership skills, life skills, and confidence that extend beyond the campgrounds. It's safe to say, not only are the youth having fun at camp, but so am I. From the camp to the kitchen, let's check in with one of our family nutrition and health agents on how to stay healthy while dining out this summer.
Here today to educate the senior community here in St. Matthews at the Council on Aging about healthy habits while eating out and still enjoying good food, but making healthier choices while doing it. We talked about portion control, making healthier choices, checking out the menu prior to.
For many seniors, dining out can present challenges when managing health conditions such as diabetes and high blood pressure. To help make healthier eating easier, dozens gathered at the Calhoun County Council on Aging in St. Matthews to learn how small choices on a menu can make a big difference. And this workshop, led by SC State 1890 Family Nutrition and Health Program, provided practical tips while teaching seniors how to enjoy their favorite foods while making healthier choices.
I'm going to take this section into my everyday life because it's a matter of my health personally, being that I'm a diabetic and being that I have to do what's right in order for me to be healthy and alive.
And Patricia's story is shared by many across the Palmetto states. According to the American Diabetes Association, more than 63,000 South Carolinians are living with diabetes. And for Patricia, healthier food options are a daily necessity, not an option. Another participant, Diane Goodwin, says she's taking simple tips home with her.
The takeaways is the calories and fried foods. I'll eat something healthy.
When looking through a menu, seniors have dozens of options to choose from, but experts say simple is always better. For example, choosing healthier options like grilled food over fried food can help manage conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes.
Less salt, more like vegetables, healthy meats like chicken, fish. My everyday lifestyle would change. Make sure I get the right amount of calories and not too much, and eat healthy.
Family Nutrition Health agents say the goal isn't to take away the enjoyment of dining out. It's to give people the tools to make smarter choices when they need it.
1890 to enhance the lives of South Carolinians. We make sure we educate, and here today at the Council on Aging here in St. Matthews, we talked about some, once again, healthy eating habits while going out, just so we can still make sure we enjoy good food, but do it in the right way.
And as more seniors are looking for ways to stay healthy and independent, programs like this are helping turn everyday meals into opportunities for better health, one bite at a time. And those attending the session told me that Derek was such a great help to them in their present and their future lives, all while trying to stay healthy this summer. We'll be back after this break.
Hi, my name is Ayana Sanders, and I am the Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program agent here in the Midlands region. And I provide food and nutrition education programs to families all across the Midlands region. And you're watching Growing Palmetto.
Our staff spotlight features Michael Coxum, Director of Finance. As Director of Finance for SC State PSA, Coxum plays a vital role in ensuring the financial integrity and operational success of the organization's research, extension, and outreach initiatives. Since joining SC State University in 2011, he has advanced through several key financial leadership positions, demonstrating a strong commitment to excellence and professional growth. Coxum oversees budgeting, financial reporting, account management, and fiscal compliance, helping maximize resources that directly benefit South Carolina communities. His dedication, leadership, and years of service make him a deserving staff spotlight for SC State PSA.
We've talked about so much this show, but there's still more to learn. Here is 1890 in 90 seconds. From sustainable solutions to impacting families and empowering the youth, South Carolina State PSA is committed to making change across campus and across South Carolina. Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Jada Walker. And remember, here at Growing Palmetto, we're committed to growing the roots of our state. For more news and updates on what we're doing at SC State 1890 and across South Carolina, Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to all social media platforms at SC State 1890.